Reminds me of a bandage I wore once when I sprained my ankle.
Interesting facts about famous people.
The 10 least favourite movies starring James Stewart. Before we get started, please note, I'm not saying these are Stewart's worst movies. In fact, I could argue that some of these movies I like and did well. What we are doing today is looking at all his movies and showcasing the ones that currently rate with online rating websites on the bottom end of his impressive catalogue of movies he made over a long career. The IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes ratings included are correct at the time this video is posted. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Let's get into it. The Magic of Lassie, 1978. IMDb 5.5. Rotten Tomatoes audience score 65%. Lassie is trying to find her way home. She will have to run all the way from Colorado to California. Her loving owner is looking for her too. James Stewart recalled that he accepted the role of the grandfather because it was the only family-friendly script he had been offered. After the movie received poor reviews and flopped at the box office, he decided to semi-retire from acting. Airport 77, 1977. IMDb 5.8. Tomato meter 40%. Audience score 32%. An aeroplane filled with VIPs invited by Mr. Philip Stevens' grand opening of his art collection in Florida is hijacked when a trio knock out the passengers with gas and try to steal the priceless cargo of art treasures. But everything goes wrong for the hijackers when the low-flying 747 clips an oil rig and crashes in the Bermuda Triangle. While the passengers remain alive in the shallow water, a daring rescue operation is planned to bring the plane up without breaking it in two. James Stewart and George Kennedy appeared in two movies about airplane disasters, the other being The Flight of the Phoenix, 1965. Strategic Air Command, 1955. IMDb 6.3. Rotten Tomatoes audience score 49%. An ex-pilot and current baseballer is recalled into the US Air Force and assumes an increasingly important role in Cold War deterrence. James Stewart joined the Army Air Corps during World War II and flew combat missions in Europe. At war's end, he transferred to the reserve as a colonel. He remained an active pilot in the Air Force Reserve and was trained on the B-36 and B-42 bombers, which flew in this film. He flew one combat mission over Vietnam in a B-52. He retired a Brigadier General, James Maitland Stewart, USAFR, in 1968. In 1985, he was promoted on the retired list to Major General by his friend President Ronald Reagan, making him the highest-ranking member of the military, of anyone ever in the acting profession. Potter Gold, 1941. IMDb 6. Rotten Tomatoes audience score 54%. Jimmy, the owner of a failed music shop, goes to work with his uncle, the owner of a food factory. Before he gets there, he befriends an Irish family who happens to be his uncle's worst enemy because of their love for music and in-house band who constantly practices. Soon, Jimmy finds himself trying to help the band by getting them gigs and trying to reconcile the family with his uncle, an avid music hater, all while winning the heart of the beautiful Molly. Jerry Adler, younger brother of Larry Adler, taught James Stewart how to hold the harmonica and mime its playing for the movie, and was the person who performed the music supposedly done by Stewart, who continued playing the instrument after the movie wrapped. The Greatest Show on Earth, 1952. IMDb 6.6. Rotten Tomatoes 50%. Audience score 53%. To ensure a full profitable season, circus manager Brad Braddon engages the great Sebastian, though this moves his girlfriend Holly from her hard-won centre trapeze spot. Holly and Sebastian begin a dangerous one-upmanship duel in the ring, while he pursues her on the ground. Subplots involve the secret past of Buttons the Clown and the efforts of racketeers to move in on the game concessions. Let the show begin. James Stewart plays the entire movie in his clown makeup because Fox Pictures had no legal rights to his image. Ziegfeld Girl, 1941. IMDb 6.7. Rotten Tomatoes audience score 78%. Discovery by Flo Ziegfeld changes a girl's life, but not necessarily for the better, as three beautiful women find out when they join the spectacle on Broadway. Susan, the singer, who must leave behind her aging vaudevillian father. Vulnerable Sheila, the working girl pursued by both a millionaire and by her loyal boyfriend from Flatbush. And the mysterious European beauty, Sandra, whose concert violinist husband cannot endure the thought of their escaping from poverty by promenading her glamour in skimpy costumes. An American Tale, Fievel Goes West, 1991. IMDb 6.5. Rotten Tomatoes 60%. Audience score 62%. Sometime after the Mouskowitz have settled in America, they find that they are still having problems with the threat of cats. That makes them eager to try another home out in the West, where they are promised that mice and cats live in peace. Unfortunately, the one making this claim is an oily con artist named Cat R. Wall, who is intent on his own sinister plan. Unaware of this, the Mouskowitz begin their journey west, while their true cat friend, Tiger, intends on following his girlfriend in the same direction. Steven Spielberg personally came to James Stewart's sound booth at Interlock Studios to direct him. He is uncredited as the voiceover director though. James Stewart's final film. Thunder Bay, 1953. IMDb 6.5. Rotten Tomatoes audience score 68%. In 1946, ex-Navy engineer Steve Martin comes to a Louisiana town with a dream to build a safe platform for offshore oil drilling. Having finessed financing from a big oil company, formerly penniless Steve and his partner Johnny are in business, and getting interested in shrimp boat captain Rigord's two lovely daughters. But opposition from the fishing community grew fast, led by Stella Rigord. Other hazards include sabotage, a hurricane, and a treacherous boat of directors. Goof, after trying to blow up the oil rig and a fight with Steve, James Stewart, Philip, Robert Monet, falls into the sea. Steve ties a rope to the rig and the other end to himself and dives in to try and save him, but without success. When he climbs back onto the rig, the rope is no longer tied to him. Carbine Williams, 1952. IMDb 6. Rotten Tomatoes audience score 54. This is the story of David Marshall, Marsh Williams, the real-life inventor of the world-famous M1 carbine automatic rifle used in World War II. It all started when Marsh, who was one to do things his way, was caught distilling moonshine and was accused and convicted of shooting a federal officer in the process. This at first placed him in the chain gang, which labelled him as a hard case. Later, to make room for those more deserving, he was moved to a prison farm where he came under the direction of Captain H.T. People, who believed that given the opportunity, most men will respond to good treatment. The captain gave Marsh every opportunity to reform. He eventually allowed Marsh to work in the tool shop in his spare time to develop and build by hand a working rifle inside the prison farm. Night Passage, 1957. IMDb 6.6. Rotten Tomatoes 50%. Audience score 54%. The workers on the railroad haven't been paid in several months. That's because Whitey and his gang, including fast-shooting, dangerous but likeable Utica Kid, keep holding up the train for its payroll. Grant McLean, a former railroad employee who was fired in disgrace, is recruited to take the payroll through undercover. A young boy and a shoebox figure into the plot when Whitey's gang tries to hold up the train, and Grant and the kid meet again to settle an old score. James Stewart was disappointed with the film's critical and commercial failure and did not agree to make another Western for 4 years, until John Ford cast him in Two Rode Together, 1961. Hello to any new and existing viewers on my channel. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate likes and subscribers. Hit the notification bell to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel. The link is in the description. Bye for now. See you again soon.
On a man that gave his horse to a thief, isn't it?
Interesting facts about famous people.